Mr. Beef.
Mr. Beef.
Mr. Beef. Mr. Beef.
Mr. Beef!
Got the beef with sweet non-dip. Delicious. Highly recommend.
No, I actually just Googled it. It was like Mr. Beef.
I noticed the windows that were really, like, it's hot in there.
I threw out the idea since we discussed the bear at work, coming out here.
We've been through most of it. We have 4 episodes left.
The way it was filmed was just so different from, like, any show that I've seen before. And I could feel, like, the stress of, like, working in a kitchen. And I've worked in a kitchen before. But I just, like, loved the characters.
I had to be quite honest with you. I never seen the bear.
Yeah, no, we're very lucky. Like, I'm very, very lucky, and I'm well aware of this. Like, I'm very lucky. Give me 1 second. Mr. Beef! My dad bought Mr. Beef in 1979. It was an already existing beef stand. Changed it, made it Mr. Beef on Orleans, changed the recipe, changed the whole thing, and it kind of like worked its way from there. He was at the right place at the right time. He had the right people around him. My dad was bartending at the Hyatt in O'Hare. My grandfather ran that when he retired, and somehow this place came up. Obviously, my grandfather helped him invest in this, and that's what my dad wanted.
My first impression was, wow, it was busy. We were really busy back in the day. And people would come in and line up. They would be 5 deep all the way across, line out the door every day. Over 100 loaves of bread every day.
I've loved this place since the first time I came in here. It's forever. There's lots of times where you want to be like, I want to take a break, I want to go to the bathroom, you just got to keep going. In the summertime, sometimes there's a line of people at 9:30. That gets a little stressful. If you're late, you pull up and there's 20 people waiting outside.
We have people that have been here for a long time. I'm saying you name it. From the worst scoundrel in the world to the highest person in office. So we've had them all here.
It's not really shocking. Anybody could walk in at any time. You just never know who's going to come in.
I'm Joseph Zuccaro.
I'm Christopher Zuccaro. I'm Joe's son.
We own and operate Mr. Beef.
Joe's the type of guy to sit with these people, blend right in. He didn't care who you were. He'd just tell you, what's up? How you guys doing? What's going on with that bullshit over there? What are you doing over there? Okay.
Joe was very good to me, the owner. I mean, I never went out with Joe, but, I helped him outside the place, take a tree down or something, There was a lot of times where I really laughed really, really hard where I was crying.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good friend.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun here.
One day, me and Chris Storr, the creator of the show, were sitting across from each other, and this had to be in 2007, so we're both like 27 years old, and he had probably been out in LA for like 6 or 7 years at that time.
We grew up with these kids. They were 10, 11 years old.
I think he said, I started writing about this place, and you are going to influence it, you guys are going to influence it, this whole fucking thing.
Yeah, kid, you're right, yeah, okay.
I remember, I think I was like real condescending about it. I was like, oh, I bet it's going to be a huge hit. I was like, why would you even waste your time?
And we just laughed. We kept on saying, yeah, okay, Chris, right, yeah, you're right, okay. He calls and steps off a bus with the head of FX and Disney. And Joe looked at me, I looked at him, I said, this kid's for real. But yet, when Chris sat with him and talked to him, he said, this kid's gonna win an Emmy.
No way.
I swear to God.
We got issues. This Arcuett's painted.
Yeah, no shit, it is. They conserved copper during World War II.
That's why there's no rivets?
That's why no rivets. How the fuck do you not know that? Add this.
What am I, a coin star?
That's like 300,
300
Gigi.
plus what?
But that didn't change his attitude, okay? When they were in here filming and we were sitting back and watching it, he said, this is shit. Nobody's gonna watch this, okay? I said, you just told me this kid. I know, but nobody's gonna watch this.
Here we are, 16 years later, whatever it is, and you're like, whoa,
Another!
this kid won Emmys and all of it, and to just be this silly little beef stand that just kind of was able to ride their wave.
I mean, it's literally bringing people from all over the world. I mean, CBS was in there filming for CBS Sunday Morning, and somebody said, oh yeah, we're from Argentina, and then somebody else said, we're from Venezuela, and then somebody else said, we're from Estonia. The whole dining room was filled with people not from the United States, and they were all here because of the bear, eating beef sandwiches.
Yeah, there was moments in time here where we realized that we were like, this restaurant wasn't equipped for what we were doing, especially this past year when the second season. And we just took a fucking massive beating from people coming in here from all over the world, and it was amazing. There were times where I was going like, well, we're just not equipped for this. Like, this isn't Portillo's. I mean, you have to understand the intensity of this. Like, people were like going nuts. They were like, hey, God, there's the bear, and we're in the restaurant, and I'm like, you know, it was like insane. And
They
we're
actually
like,
think Jeremy Allen White's in the back.
in the back.
please.
I swear to God, they'll
Yeah.
take their phone out and they'll call home and be like, yeah, he's not here. So I swear to God, it's unbelievable.
The stupidity of America. He was here a couple times, but not like that. You know, and when he did come here, everybody went crazy. So we're like, all right, this guy can never come here. They'll just cause a fucking massive. It'll be like Beatles mania here. Like, people are just going nuts, causing car accidents.
Yeah,
trying to get
stop in the middle of the
stop
street,
in the middle of the
driving.
street, take pictures. So it gets kind of wild, but I'm sure they all have their own ways of dealing with it or coping with it. But really, we just kind of go, well, we got to get it. They'll be in and out of here, and that's it. You know, but no, there's no like mantra or anything like that. Now it's like I said, it's kind of died down a little bit, so it's nice. It's a little more, it's pleasant. We're like taking a break, we think. You know, we don't know. Who knows? Who knows? The third season might be shit. Who knows?
I would
You know?
agree with that answer.
Pipe in, pal.
Have a moment here?
Yeah, pipe in.
No,
Dad.
yeah, he's right.
You were in the room today. What do you think you would say to the camera crew?
He never talked on the camera. Joe was, again, a very, how do I say it? Wasn't flashy, was not intimidated, okay? He just was just Joe.
New at 10, the founder of the River North staple, Mr. Beef, has died. According to family, last Wednesday, Joseph Zucchero passed away unexpectedly.
Coming up on a year of his passing.
Coming up on a year that he decided to take take a notice, okay, to go back home, because we talked about it. It's kind of funny. He had some inclination about it when he told me to come back here. Kept on disagreeing with him all the time. I said, you're going to outlive me, but he must have knew something. So I don't know what transpired there. All I know was my best friend and left a kind of a hole here, so, and me. But we're just trying to keep it going and doing what we do. That's what we've been doing. I don't even think he realized how many people he actually touched. He has no idea what he did. No idea. None whatsoever. It was much bigger than I ever thought.
I think it was unavoidable. I mean, I was with him from the time, obviously, since I was on this planet, and I want to say I was always with him. I was also like his employee. So there was a weird thing. Wherever you work, or if you have a job or whatever, or even in school, you don't go home with your professor. But like when I was younger, would go home with my boss. My boss was my dad too. He was a high school dropout, my dad. So, you know, he achieved a lot for a guy who wasn't supposed to achieve things by societal standards, you know. And we're like, how many fucking guys that say like, do you want fries with that, are lucky enough to befriend like somebody like Jay Leno or have their childhood friend write some fucking stupid show that everybody loves. No, I'm just joking. Like, you know, some show that he put a lot of, you know, all this effort in to have that. Like, that's insane. A lot of that I attribute my father to. My father kept us all together. Even when he was fucking crazy with all of us and keeping us all apart with each other. Like, somehow I think that his memory is keeping us all together for the most part. And that's all I could ask for. That's all I'd ever want. So forget about all this exposure and all this shit about Mr. B. I don't even care about that. That's what I got out of that. Was that I was very lucky. That was a big gift that guy gave me.